that's the same way with doing, moving your arm somewhere. It's a lot of, applying what do they call it? Like a bump. It's like, it's finding the moments where you're still, and that's kind of like, when you create the cup or you create the wall. It's like it's the contact of there. It's showing where the space is, and obviously with the robot, we're not really creating the illusion of an object. But we're using the same elements of each individual part moving and stuff, and that takes like the core elements of what pantomime is about. But mime in general incorporates like a bunch of stuff, and it spans clowning and even like trying to go back to college things and think about words and stuff. The masked like commedia dell'arte and stuff like that. It's all performance with the body rather than with facial expression and stuff. Obviously, we incorporate everything that we can possibly that's under the sun into our act, but. At its roots, like that's what it is. It's pretty much the body, and not using the face as a tool in that aspect. But because we could actually have a robot character that never had any expression on his face, and you could probably get away with that. But incorporated with everything, that creates the character. But for the robot movements, and specifically, it's a lot of it's called isolations, and I think what Jerry called it is an explosion.
What?
Like, even though it's not, it's an explosion of energy. You're putting all this tightness into your fingers. Like, it's not you picking up a cup. It's your hand is turning into the cup. You're not just picking up a telephone, because this could be a banana, or it could be I don't know what. But this is what, when you were a kid, this is what a telephone was. Like, this is,
This is what a gun was, Like,
yeah, of course. Like,
But no one went. It's like.
So, I mean, it's really going back to as a kid. I mean, yes, there's going to be, when you're doing pantomime, which we do a little bit of it, we try to do the most universal symbols for, you might incorporate something in sign language if it felt relevant. But you want to do the most basic thing. Not everyone's going to pick up on it, but hopefully through the the art that you're doing it, they'll kind of get the idea. Oh, this is a telephone. This isn't a banana. You're holding it to your head. It's kind of easy. That's a dumb example. But yeah, the explosions, and it's the same with the robot. The hard thing with the robot is that you've seen like Poppin' Lockers and all these hip hop artists that dance like it, and they're exhausted after like 5 minutes of doing it because. They're moving every inch of their body. And if we did that, we'd never be able to sing because we're tightening. So as soon as we do it, we have to release and make everything go loose, but still give the illusion that we're that it's rigid, which is really hard. A key element for us is finding, moving a bunch of individual parts is impressive, but what's also is still impressive is just freezing. And we find those moments where just to be still. It's hard when you're singing and stuff. You want to keep a beat and you're into the song. But like when you watch like say Rabbit or something, there's a lot of just pausing and just moving the head as you're singing or something, which still has a great effect compared to walking across the stage or something. And plus we kind of blend in that cartoony feel where we can be fluid and then we show that we're robots by accentuating a few movements at the end or of anything or at the beginning or something. So it's not constantly being a robot all the time, unless we're like walking around or something, which we don't really do at conventions because it's easy. We're doing it for TeslaCon. That's going to be back to our origins. We used to spend just hours like not breaking character like in our early days because we had to start somewhere. So we're going to be doing it at TeslaCon. They don't want. They want that immersion, so we're basically their like theme park actors. We're going to make the crowd feel like they're, which we've done before. Legoland had us do that. In California with just walking around interacting with the guests, and that's exhausting, more exhausting than performing on stage, I would imagine, in some aspects. Since we're not having a show at TeslaCon this year, we're going to be able to just focus on interacting with the guests and being our robot characters, which is special because we don't get to do that usually. So that's pretty much a crash course in mime. There's a lot more, but hopefully, you know, maybe there's a little bit more, I don't know, respect for it. I mean, it's definitely ingrained in the art, but we've taken it and kind of adapted it for, you know, a modern setting, I guess. You know, we've made it our own. Just like I think Bennetts, so you might have seen them on the Muppet Show. They're like these weird entertainers, or Marcel Marceau. You know, there's this origin of mime.
Shields in Your Now.
Yeah, I mean, they started the robot.
Yeah, I mean, those are our bigger inspirations. Like, if you can look on YouTube, Shields in Your Now, and they have this robot couple where they're like newlyweds, and they just, you know, they're pouring breakfast cereal and stuff, and it's funny what they're doing, because they had their own TV show for a while. That would never be on the air today, I don't think, because people don't like
variety shows that much
stuff anymore. But it was really interesting to watch, you know, them do the robot and stuff. That was really inspiring. I don't know. I mean, maybe people just like robots, but we like robots just as much. I don't know why. But
okay, so we gotta wrap it up. So,
but we should probably take questions.
We'll do a few.
We're going to probably step out of here maybe 5 minutes early, because they kind of overlapped our autograph thing. So we want to go from here right to the autograph.
And I don't really know where that is, actually.
That's in the Wayne Hall.
Okay.
I don't even know where that is.
It's on level the dealer's name.
Level 1.
You have the glasses in the back?
I was saying I do, so.
Okay, everyone follow her. So we're not going to do anything in this room after that, but we're going to go right to the autograph thing, and we'll see how, I think we have an hour in there as well, so let's do some questions before